Hey guys, DarkMata from Bedlam Brothers here, and welcome to the Superman episode of School of Legends. Today, I'm going to be looking at the Man of Steel. He can be purchased at the marketplace for 1,000 marketplace cash. Superman's movement mode is flight. This is a basic movement mode, but the only thing to mention is that you can click into supersonic flight. Superman's health is 6,552. This is roughly 5% lower than the base level of HP for characters I've tested so far. As with all characters, blocking counters your opponent's lunge attacks. Throughout the series you'll see each character's lunges, so take note and learn when to block. Superman's combat style is more or less brawling, except his range attack has been replaced with his iconic eye laser. His lunge moves you closer to the target and counters any range attacks. As always, you should take a moment to look at Superman's combo list and get familiar with it to become more effective at hand-to-hand combat. As Superman uses brawling style, there's two combos I'd like to highlight. The first is called Hammer Fist. This is a 3-hit combo which can execute a lunge on a second and third hit and deals fairly decent damage. The next combo is called Haymaker. This is a 5-hit combo which can interrupt on the 4th and 5th hit for massive damage. These combos can be clipped at any point, cutting the animation short, allowing you to get started on your next attack. It's important to note that both of these combos can be blocked. For Superman's range attacks, his tapped range attack is identical to brawling with the clap animation. This will block break a blocking enemy and is also vulnerable to being lunged. The deviation from brawling here is in Superman's eye laser. Hold the range attack once to activate his thermal blast, which block breaks and does basic damage. Hold it twice in quick succession to activate his thermal gaze, which claims to be a block breaker, but more often than not will not actually block break a blocking opponent. I have managed to see it a couple of times in testing, so it's possible, but a little bit broken at the moment. Interestingly, it applies a precision based damage over time. This move can be stacked with his other damage over time power, which I'll talk about in a moment. Both of these attacks are susceptible to being lunged. It is important to vary between melee and range attacks in order to trick your opponent and make sure you win the counter for your immunities. Moving on to Superman's power moves starting from left to right. First is called Super Breath. This is a close range AoE that deals basic damage and a knockback effect. Second is called Vacuum Spin. This is a close range AoE pull that deals basic damage with a knockdown effect. The third move is called Shockwave Punch. This deals basic AoE damage, stuns and knocks back opponents. The next move is called Swoop Attack. This deals basic damage and a knockback to a single target. This move is also usable while controlled. The fifth move is called Freezing Breath. This causes damage whilst active and has a chance to root targets in the direction you're looking at. This also inflicts a movement mode debuff. This move is vulnerable to being interrupted. And the last move is called Heat Vision. This damages a single target, causing strong damage over time. This move is also vulnerable to being interrupted. I'm going to talk about Superman in two different aspects here. The first is going to be about him as a purchasable character and about how iconic he is as a DC franchise. From that standpoint, I think they have let him down greatly. Batman has been given a nice gadgety move that restores power over time and feels very Batman-like, whereas on the other hand Superman feels a bit lackluster. His powers in combat are all rehashed from other characters, so it doesn't really feel like he's got anything to set himself apart. I'm not saying that purchasable cash characters should be overpowered beasts, but for someone as iconic as Superman, I kinda want something to set him apart, and that's clearly absent here. Talking now about Superman as a character, he's got lower than stock health and all of the moves that do his high damage are vulnerable to being interrupted. As a result, he isn't the best candidate for 1v1, but he can make a very powerful supporting character. Ideally, staying at mid to long distance, using his ranged precision damage over time and stacking it with his heat vision to burn up enemies. He's definitely not a character you want to be taken into the thick of battle, which is ironic because it's exactly what Superman is famed for. But the truth is, if you really want to get the best out of Superman, you're going to need to master being evasive and stacking up his damage over time moves to be effective. If you can avoid being interrupted and get his high damage moves out, you could be a great supporting character in Legends. So why not give Superman a go? and leave a comment to let me know how you got on. As always, check the video description where I'll keep you up to date with any changes that might happen to this character in future patches. Until next time, stay legendary.